Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sitting here and I'm doing some work, and I'm just thinking about. You all already know. I focus a lot on women and girls. I'm very, 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 very closely connected to the care of, love of, the mental, emotional, spiritual space, career space, financial space of a woman and girls. Number one, because I am one and I have gone through a journey, much like every other woman. But also, too, because if I can do something to assist in prevention of a lot of the horrors and things like that, don't get me wrong, I know we all have our journey, but if I can do what I'm positioned and purposed to do and assist, then one queen or one up and coming queen don't have to go through it. You understand what I'm saying? Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, welcome. I just want to share some things that's on my heart regarding us queens, us women. For so long, like since all we've known is for matriarchs to be the house domestic house engineers, we want to call them, instead of house moms and housewives and things like that. We have been the cooks, we've been the cleaners, we've been the ones that raise, the edifiers, the encouragers. We've been oftentimes the ones that take the grunt of frustrations and anger and rage. We've been a lot of different things to every person that we've encountered. We've been the birthers. We've been, the doctors, the nurses. We've been the therapists. We've been we've been everything in the women. We've been all of these things to everybody. But I just thought about this, even down to cooking and preparing a meal. The matriarchs, the queens, they would stand over the stoves for hours and over boiling water, boiling pots, boiling pans, and things like that, and would toil and work willingly for hours to prepare a table or a meal, a nice, hot, nourishing, comforting meal full of love and everything for the family. And what would we do? We would prepare plates for the man of the house, the man of the house and the children and things like that. Oftentimes, not even having the energy or the strength enough to sit and make a plate for herself. Just the mere thought of her family enjoying the fruit of her labor, just the sight of them just enjoying the meal that she prepared, and them feeling the love, hopefully feeling the love that she poured into every pot, every pan. To see that and to know that she did all of that, often without a thank you, often without help, often without, having her own plate made, often without, the recognition for how intricate her role is. Oh my goodness. When the man of the house was not able to do something or not able to make ends meet, she would figure out ways to assist, even while doing all of the other details. None of the other areas in the home ever fell short. But you would think that with a role that prominent and that important in a household, you would think that a person that holds that much stake and has that much value in a home and in a family, you would think that we would be treated a whole lot better than what we are, right? You would think that we wouldn't be talked to the way that we are talked to. We wouldn't be, dismissed the way that we are dismissed. We wouldn't be overlooked and disrespected the way that we are. You would think. Because no matter what, whether this is a role in the household, whether we play a friend to a friend, a mother to a child, a daughter to a parent, a cousin to a cousin, a sister to no matter what role we play, we are all those things. We have been all of those things. We stand tall, 10 toes down in all of those things. We give of all of us to that dynamic. We give of all of us, not part of us, all of us, to every dynamic that we're in. Why? Because that's what we're made of. We're made of those things. And so when we give of ourselves, our hearts, our minds, our emotions, our spirits, our intellect, our imagination, our ideas, our suggestions, when we give of ourselves, we give it wholeheartedly, hoping and praying that you would see the value in what we're giving, then thus seeing the value in us. But when that doesn't happen, we're left with feelings of dismissal, rejection, abandonment, the feelings of being forgotten about, overlooked, underappreciated. We are left with those feelings, which then results in feelings of low self-esteem, low self-image, feelings of being disregarded, unimportant. See, one thing leads to another, which then leads to another, and so forth and so on. But here's the thing that I say to the queens here. At what point will you make your own plate and you sit down and you eat first? Because if you are nothing for yourself, then how can you give to other people? We got this thing backwards. And don't get me wrong. We've been taught this, and grandmother and great grandmother and mama, they did what they knew to do. They did what they were taught to do. But here's the thing. What we were not taught was that if I'm cooking this full meal for this whole house, I bet you I'm not sitting serving y'all either. Okay? Somebody in this house can at least come and allow me to sit and you serve, or either make your own plate or somebody take up the mantle, somebody take the baton, and you serve. How hard was that to do? How hard is that to do? Where did we get these roles and these rules from that the woman has to bear all of the burden of the house, raise the kids, help them with their homework, cook the meal, clean the house, iron the clothes, wash the clothes, do this, do that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dismissing the kings and what they have to do too. But when it comes down to that household, when it comes down to the emotional space, the mental space of it all, because see, the men, their roles were to work, provide for, discipline, right? All of the other details, all of the other intricacies, that was on the woman. And that's after she carries the babies for 9 months and she pushes them out of her body. And then she has to return the body back to its normal self so that she can get back to the normal, regular schedule program. A man could never. I'm just going to say that. Feel how you may. Argue with your mama. A man could never. Okay? But we tend to get the very back end, and we're the second thought. You understand what I'm saying? We're the thought that's given the crumbs. We're the crumbs of the situation. We're thought about after you have done everything else. Only queens, only when you choose you first and then give to other people will you be appreciated. You know why? Because people treat us how they see us treat ourselves. I'm going to say that again. People treat us how they see us treat ourselves. If we accept being second on the mind, if we accept getting the crumbs of somebody's day, if we accept being overlooked, if we accept having to work and toil and work and toil and work and toil, only to have to then turn around and still serve and not be served and not be appreciated and be under paid or overlooked or whatever. If we keep accepting that, then we will continue to feel the way that we feel. Queen, you are a queen. And it has to first resonate with you. It got to first resonate with you. I don't care in nobody's story. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what pedigree you come from. In no story have you ever seen a queen not be bowed to. Anywhere. For simply who she is and the role that she plays, her importance. It blows my mind how today men can actually fathom or even form their mouths to call us anything outside of who we are. Queens. Because a man could never do what it is that we do. We come from men, which means that really we can kind of do what they do too. The only thing that we can't do is drop seed. We come from him and we possess what we have as well. Okay? There are some men that can do what we do, right? There are some that can do what we do other than birth. However, there's a certain je ne sais quoi that is on a woman that cannot be touched. Period. And can't be touched in the way that we touch it, because when we touch it, it's done in excellence. Period. Queen, if you don't fill your cup, if you don't sit on your own seat, if you don't take your place, if you don't set a standard for yourself and say, you will treat me this way or you won't have the ability to have access to me, period. If we don't stand and demand the level of respect that we deserve, then you will continue to accept what it is that somebody, can fathom up or can put together, piece together. They're going to give you the crumbs. If you continue to accept the crumbs, if you continue to accept somebody's, the lint from their pockets, then that is exactly what you'll continue to get. You are deserving of more. And the moment you understand that is the moment that you'll start operating and acting like that. Take your seat. Take your seat. I understand what mama and them did. I understand what grandma and them did. I understand what big mama and them did. But guess what? They did it and they were tired and they had swollen feet and they had swollen legs and they had diabetes and they had heart attacks and strokes and frustrated and unloved and underappreciated. They didn't feel pretty. They lost their hair. Ain't no way in the world I'm in a house full of people and I will be underappreciated and disrespected. You got me messed up. Ain't no way in the world I'm going to be in a relationship and you going to overlook me and act like I don't matter. don't care what dynamic of the relationship is. Friend, family, foe. I don't care. Lover, whatever. Guess what? There's nowhere in the world you are going to treat me as if I'm an option. Because guess what? I can fix that situation for you just fine. I'm an option. Let's fix that. Take your seat, queen. Take your seat. You are worth way more than what you give yourself credit for. And it's not until you stand up in that will you understand that. And the moment you stand up in it is when your surroundings will reflect it. What you receive will reflect it. Why? Because you demand it of yourself. You demand it of yourself. If they cannot give you what you are deserving of, then don't let them encounter you. Do not let them eat from you. Do not let them breathe your very air. Take your seat. Demand your respect. Demand your attention. Demand your appreciation. Demand it. Because if somebody can't appreciate you the way that you deserve to be appreciated, then baby, doll, sweetheart, honey bun, pull your assets, pull your amenities, and place them somewhere where they will be appreciated. Period. Take your seat. Take your seat. Take your seat. Don't ask permission on can you have a seat. It's your seat. Take it. It's your seat. Take it. Period. Period. I love you. I mean it. There's absolutely, positively nothing you can do about it. Don't you even try it. Meet me right back here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Gateway Zero of Sacred Woman. I need all queens involved. I need all queens front and center. All queens front and center.